Hello, trader. So this morning, the back test of previous trade I've called out, I want to talk about this morning is that of New Zealand CHF and Audi CHF. The reason behind the trade, why did I call out the trade? This buy limit, yeah, and that of the Audi CHF. Why did I call this also? We all should do what? We should have the pending order. The two reasons behind the two trade. So those are things I intend to discuss with you guys this morning. And we're also going to go through that of how I usually trade structure. What I do capitalize on trading structure, which is what caused me, make me to call out this true trade also. And that was October 2023, right? This true trade. The reason behind the trade. Why did I call the two trade? I'll also talk about that this morning also. And we're going to chip in a little bit about that on that of first breakout, what I do look out for. And the reason behind this trade, what makes me to call this, and it moved massively as we anticipated. Okay. Now, this was when the New Zealand CHF trigger, pending order, became active. Okay. But let me show you the analysis itself. This was the analysis before the actual move of the market. The date was October 26, 2023. Okay. So now this trade, some of you guys ask question that what makes me to call out the trade. Now, if you all look here, price was around somewhere here. Note, if you want to do your analysis, first of all, pinpoint what is price doing from that of the higher time frame. Fine, we clearly have a bearish structure here. Right? These are all what? Bearish structure. But that does not mean that there is no level that price is likely going to what? Reverse it. If you pay attention to this whole area here, when price was coming downward, what I simply have here is a what? Coming to its support levels. Now, this support area was a clear indication that there is possibility. Once price got rejected at that level first, there is the second time price is coming towards the level again. There is possibility that price is likely going to go back where? Upward. This is not indicator. Only thing I did there was that using history to project the next move of the whole market. So what I did out there was history repeats itself. Now, if you look here now, on these levels there, we clearly have a what? Support area. Price got rejected, went upward. Now, this time around now, I believe that when price gets to the area, it's going to go backward. Upward. Which is why I have this as my what? Markup. And if you want to mark up your support, I can see a lot of people marking support like this, right? Just mark like this. No, don't do this. Don't. Your priority should be you mark up the closure of the body of the candlestick, the momentum, which is this, right? And that of the wicks. Because if you mark up these old levels like this alone, if you mark up something like this alone, there is possibility that price will come and play inside that level before going upward. Now, once price did this, the moment price came to test the level, it was a clear indication for us to have it that price is going to do what? Go upward. And our target is the next what? Next, which is this. Right? But I did not take entry on that of the daily time frame. The only thing I did on that of the daily time frame was that I only mark up my level from that of what? Daily time frame. While I switch to that of what? Lower time frame to see what price is likely going to do. So of which I've been able to mark up this level from that of the higher time frame. Then I go to that of 4 hour, 1 hour time frame to be able to see the reason why I should leverage on that of what? The price. Now, when I go to 4 hour time frame, this is what I usually do. I usually adjust my levels. So my belief now is that all this whole area now, they are support levels. Which is why I projected the buy. The price is going to do what? Go upward. And note this, We have several support area. The inner ones, they are not as potential. Here was a support also, but it's not as potential compared to the major ones here. So I usually ignore such support like this inner support area here. I do ignore them. I focus on the major levels where price got rejected and move greatly compared to that of what? The inner levels. Now, let's have it. Do you see? When price came back to test the levels, all I did is simple. If you all pay attention to this area here, I simply did what? Adjust the levels. Like I said, the level is what? Our support area. Now, the moment I adjust it, this was the analysis. You can see it here now. Now, this rejection that we have here is a clear sign that there are forces of buyer in the market that wants to push the market where? Up. Which is why I call out the trade that people should buy the market upward. But I take advantage of the trade on that of 1 hour. You can see it here. So here was the what? Rejection. Now you all need to understand this. When I have a key level where price is coming from, I don't just focus on that of the levels alone, right? I usually look for reasons to add more entry. Take for example, price is coming from a low, it's going upward. It will start forming what we call bullish structure. Now, this was a bullish structure here. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher. Now, note this. Here was a resistance levels here, broken before, now turned to what? Support. So here is a potential levels for you to do what? To take another what? Entry. So that was the reason why I call out D trade, and I have this as our what? Our key levels as our what? Final target. At least price should get to this what? This O core level. But price did breaks it because this is the inner resistance area, while our stop loss was below this whole area. That is the reason why I call out the trade. Now let's go to another. Let me show you guys the trade itself, the result after. Okay, here was the tool entry. You can see it here. Do you see it? Ability to mark up your levels very well matters a lot. Now let's go to AUDCHF. Now this AUDCHF, if you notice, here was a support area also here, but because it's close to these support levels here, to me, I usually ignore this inner support area here while I capitalize the ones below it. So the reason why I call the entry was that I have it in mind that price is going to break this area here, then go backward, upward. Now pay attention to this. Let's look at what price did. You see? So the only thing you need to do is to mark up your levels very well. Just like what I explained on that of AUDCHF, New Zealand CHF, you mark up the closure of the body of the candlestick and the wicks. Right? So what we need to look out for, if price came only to test the upper horizontal line, I will advise you to ignore such. Always wait for price to come and test inside it. It's not a must to test the what? The lower horizontal line. But in as much it came to test the at least inside out of the horizontal levels you mark, you are good to what? You are good to go. And once you have the rejection like this, the moment you have this rejection, all this rejection, when we go to lower time frame, they are reversal candlestick. Note, the rejection have been played out on that levels you mark as your support level from that of the higher time frame. Let's go to lower time frame. Let me remove this so that we'll focus on this weeks here. Let's go to 4-hour time frame. Now on 4-hour time frame, did you see these two candlesticks can be called bullish arami? This can be called bullish arami. Why this can be called bullish what? Engulf. If I go to 1-hour time frame also, these weeks, I repeat, these weeks, it is a reversal momentum. Now on 1 hour time frame, you can see it clearly. Have a bullish what? Arami, bullish Arami. So here was our confirmation to buy this market where upward, while our stop loss will be below the horizontal level. Should not be too close. Our first target will be the next what? Next high. It's a good risk reward what? Ratio. Because we mark up the level from the higher time frame, to me, I usually focus on that of the key turning point from that of the higher time frame. So that was the reason why I call out this trade as a buy limit, because that area we have, there is possibility that price is going to go rejected at that level. My stop loss on this trade was just 40 pip, of which price did play out greatly. This is how I usually trade support and resistance. This is an example of a support. Now let's go to the next analysis I intend to discuss with you guys. Okay, now the next one is that of Euro New Zealand. These two trade, I call the trade October 18, 2023, the two trade. Okay, and the trade, the reason behind the trade, it's simple, which I want you guys to learn one or two things from the trade. Now let's go to the trade. This is the trade there. The reason behind the trade, it is because of what? Market structure. Resistance levels broken before turn to what? Support. So there is always possibility that price will come and test the area. The moment price came to test it, it was a clear indication for me that this price is going to go what? Upward. So all I just simply need to have is a reversal candlestick. So this reversal momentum candlestick was what gave me what? The clear indication that the buyer are back in the market to push the structure upward. So that was the reason behind these two what? These two trades. And here was their result after. Now let's go to this trade itself, GBPJPY. The reason why I call this trade itself, let's go to that of GBPJPY. So we all can learn one or two things from that also. The reason why I'm trying to emphasize on this is because majority of this trade are strictly based on what? Support and resistance. Okay, this one. Now, this trade, the reason why I call out this trade, it's simple. Like I said to you guys over the weekend, you don't trade trend line alone. Always read where price is coming from and the possibility area where price is likely going to go to. Now, the reason why I call this trade, it is because of what? Here was the support levels, right? And this downward trend line here. If you notice this whole area here, price start converging compared to these levels. So there is possibility that price is going to break it and go upward, which is why I project a breakout, retest, and price going upward to test this area. Though it breaks this what? Levels. But it gave me over ratio 1 to what? To trade. You don't need to trade all the time. You just need to have the right potential presenting themselves to you. Now let's go to this week. All this the whole trade I've been able to call out for you guys on that of on that of GBP New Zealand, GBP USD, GBP USD. Using the same approach of what we did on that of not this, okay, not this. So I want to show you the trade, okay. I'm coming. Why we sold this market from somewhere. The reason why I gave a sell entry from somewhere here downward. So it is because of the reason why the reason why I gave the sell. It's also the reason why behind that of I'm coming. There's also the reason why I gave a sell entry of this old trade there. The reason why I gave the sell entry. Now there's something I did not pass across to you guys. When it comes to that was the last video I did explain. Those of you that have not watched the video, you can go and watch the video. I explain in details on what makes me to call out some trade, which I want you guys to learn one or two things with it. Okay, you can go and watch it. So let me show you the I'm coming. So let's go to, okay. Now, if you look here, this whole video here, you can learn one or two things from this video. So it will help you out. I explain in details, okay, the reason behind this whole analysis, what makes me to come to call the trade. Now, as it is now, I will advise you guys to book your profit. It has given us over ratio 1 to almost ratio 1 to 4. I will say ratio 1 to 4 already on the trade. So I will advise you guys to book your what? Your profit on this trade. Here was the stop loss. Here was the market execution entry. And I also gave a pending orders, which was this, okay? So now, this whole trade there, when it comes to triangles, what makes a triangle valid? They are varied. The most important thing you should capitalize on, which is what a lot of you guys don't understand, is that the subwave of triangle, which is all these 5 waves here, wave A to E, they should have what we call 3 subwave, which is what I did have here. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. This also A, B, C, A, B, C. So all these, they are what makes a triangle's what? Valid. So it is best now that you guys should do what? You should book your profit. This trade did not take us long. You can see it went with 270 pips. Now this 270 pip, the risk, the stop loss was around somewhere, which is the end point of that of wave C. Now the stop loss itself, if you do your calculation, we already have a what? Over ratio 1 to 3. So I will advise you guys to do what? To protect your profit. So let me show you the trade I'm trying to show you guys now. The EURUSD, excuse me. GBPJPY, the same approach of why we call out the trade also. While I call out the trade last year, so every one of you guys can learn that. Now, like I used to tell you guys, triangle simply means dominant trend are going to resume. Okay, that is what it simply means. And when we have a triangle, it is a clear indication that the dominant trend are going to resume. Once they resume, we can go in and make tons of what? Tons of money. So let me look for, I'm trying to look for it so that we all can see or two things from it. Okay, so let's see. So triangles. If it is okay, I don't think this is it. This is not it. So I'm coming. I want to. I think I passed it. So that was last year. So it should be this. It should be this. It should be this. Not this. So you guys can learn one or two things. Let me also show you the bell itself so that every one of you guys can learn from it. Triangles. What makes a triangle, so that you guys can see that history usually repeat itself. So okay, here we have it. So I explained this video in details on that of TikTok. You can go and watch that of these triangles in details, of which it was a clear indication. This is it here, okay? If you notice, this is wave A. Within that of wave A of that of the triangle, we have A, B, C, A, B, C. And that of wave C here, we have A, B, C. That of wave D, we have A, B, C. Now, that of wave E, it is not that what? Obvious. But it's still a good what? A good trade. In as much price did not break our what? That of wave C. Triangles is what? Is valid. So that was also the reason why I call out the trade. Now, when it comes to the target, there are things I usually capitalize on. I don't just mark up as any level as my target. What I usually use is that of the parallel channels. So I will pinpoint from the starting point of wave A to the end point of that of wave C. So this is what I mean by that. Let me remove this so that you guys can see. I'll pinpoint from the starting point of wave A, the end point of wave C, right? And I'll bring it down to that of what? End point of wave A, right? So this will be my what? My target. This will be my what? My target. So in a nutshell, this is a bearish channel. This is a bearish what? Channel. So those are the reason why I call out the trade out. So I believe I've been able to pass one or two things out to you guys this morning. If you have any other question, my priority is for you guys to be able to know how to make use of what? Support and resistance. Don't mark your support like this. Don't mark your support like this. No. Priority is that you should mark up the closure of the body of the candlestick, right? The closure of the body of the candlestick and the wicks. Those are what you should focus on. Because if you focus on only the body of the candlestick, there is always tendency that price will come downward below that of the body, the closure, and go back your direction, which you will have been stopped out with what? With loss. And I also color code my what? My levels, marking that of the higher time frame, that with different color. It will tell me that this is a key major levels compared to that of lower levels. So thank you every one of you guys. If you are the type that you are looking for free trade, I do call out free trade to people on that of the free channels. Okay, I give out trade to them. I don't just call out the trade itself. I will do the top down analysis. I will send the video. Like example, before this play out, did the video, you can learn one or two things in it. I also did another video on that of gold, which this also play out, but we were stopped out with small profit on it. Okay, and all these also, there are trade I did call out on that of the world free channels. Okay, so you can as well learn one or two things by watching all these videos. And also do me a favor, like the video, share, comment. If you have any other things you feel like I should talk about, feel free to do me a favor by dropping your comment in the chat box. Okay, so thank you every one of you guys. Bye.